What's going on, everybody? Beast Guy here with you on this beautiful Thursday morning. It's Thursday Night Football. We got an NFC South showdown between the Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons. Lots of huge fantasy points to be had here. And also, we're going to go over the injury report. We got a lot of key players with huge injuries, tons of running backs, tons of star running backs. So keep it locked and loaded right here at the First Four Downs. What's going on, everybody, and welcome into today's show, where we're going to go over the injury report for Thursday. We're going to go over the Thursday Night Football game, all that good stuff. So before we get to today's content, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share it, thumb it, bell, all that good stuff. Comment. Let us know what we can do to be better for you, because obviously that's what we're here for. So we're going to jump right into the injury report. So first off, we got tons and tons of running backs that are injured. Top one, we're going to talk about Aaron Jones. Missed back-to-back practices Wednesday and Thursday. They're holding him out. Looks like he's probably not going to be going again. You know how the Packers are. They just are very, very cautious with their players that are injured. It looks like another week where Jamal Williams should be able to feast against a Minnesota team that's not very good. So, Joe Mixon in the similar boat. Back-to-back missed practices once again with the foot injury. Missed last week's game. It's looking like he might be missing this week. Playing the Tennessee Titans. Should be a lot of points scored in that game. Gio Bernard, probably a top 20 play. You saw last week. Got it done with the receiving work. Got the touchdown. So, another player to just be watching out for, Mixon. Mark Ingram, back-to-back practices missed. They were already questioning whether he was going to be ready to play anyway for this game. Are you going to fire up Gus Edwards playing Pittsburgh Steelers? I'm not so sure. That's a pretty tough spot. So I would be looking for other options. Don't get me wrong. Maybe Dobbins. Maybe they work him coming out of the bye as a strong play. We'll just have to wait and see. Ravens really haven't put it together, but looking like Mark Ingram's going to be missing the game. So, Dalvin Cook, he's got the groin injury. Limited in practice today. Coach is saying it's looking like a pretty good chance that he's going to be ready to go. So, obviously, that bodes well for Dalvin Cook owners. Playing the Green Bay Packers should be a lot of fantasy points to be had for Dalvin Cook in this game. So, glad that he's back. Obviously, he's been great this season so far. Another guy, Carson. They're saying he's a game-time decision. Earlier in the week, they claimed him to be in week to week with a foot injury. According to today's report, he will be a game-time decision. I would probably guess that he's going to miss the game, but his backup, Carlos Hyde, he's also dealing with a little hamstring tightness. We don't know how serious that is, if he's going to be ready to go. It looks like Travis Homer, he's probably not going to be playing either. He's got a knee contusion, so who knows if they're going to be able to run the football. DJ Dallas, that's the last guy that's on the roster at the running back position, so they're playing the San Francisco 49ers. It's a tough spot for any running back. Maybe Russell Wilson goes out and just throws the ball 50 times, so that's probably what's going to happen in that game. But, yeah, Carson, if you got him, you got to be starting to get ready for options. You already kind of did last week, but they're saying, yeah, game time decision, probably going to miss the game. So, Myles Sanders, missed last week's game, Thursday night against the Giants, had the 10 days off, already missed practice this week. It's not looking good so far, but you know what? He might be able to get it in late in the week, just a guy to keep your eye out on. If not, Boston Scott. Great start here against the Dallas Cowboys. That defense is horrible. So, obviously be ready to fire up Boston Scott if Myles Sanders happens to miss this game. So, wide receivers, we can look at Michael Thomas, dealing with a hamstring injury. They claimed it was a, grade 1 hamstring injury. It's looking like he's probably going to miss his second game with it against the Chicago Bears team. It would have been a tough matchup anyway, but it's Michael Thomas. It's tough for Michael Thomas owners. You pretty much gotten absolutely nothing out of him. So, hopefully he comes back soon, ready to play some football, and hopefully help you dominate down the stretch. Absolutely. So, Diontae Johnson, the guy's lightning on the field when he's on the field. The problem is he's always hurt. Right now he's got the ankle injury. He left that game last week after he caught 2 touchdowns. And if Diontae Johnson's on the field, it's hard not to start him. He's been great. They're playing the Baltimore Ravens. Very tough defense, very tough start. But he did miss Wednesday's practice. They're saying he should be trying to give it a go today in Thursday's practice, so we'll have to just wait and see on that. If you own Diontae Johnson, you already know when he's on the field, he's lightning. But can he stay on the field? That's a huge factor. So just keep an eye out for Diontae Johnson, who's played excellent this year. So Allen Robinson in the concussion protocol. This is not looking good for his outlook on the week. Playing the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. If he can't get cleared today, it's looking most likely he's going to be missing the game in a good spot here against the New Orleans Saints team, secondary that, the Chicago Bears can put up points on. Chicago Bears at home. So that's tough for Allen Robinson owners. He's had a pretty great season, seeing a ton of volume. So a couple guys that are out. Chris Godwin ruled out with a broken finger. Julian Edelman, he had a small knee surgery. He's ruled out. Not that it matters. He hasn't done anything for fantasy anyway. And then Deebo Samuel, he's ruled out with a hammy. So that's the injury report at the moment. A lot of big name players that are really hurting. Just keep an eye out on that. There's going to be a lot of guys missing this week. So now we can get to a Thursday night football matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. And for me, I'm going to have to take the Carolina Panthers in this one. They've just played better football overall. Atlanta hasn't been able to put it together on offense. They've been shaky at best. Julio's been in and out of the lineup, injured, things like that. It's in Carolina. I just think they're going to get it done. Last time these teams saw each other just 2 weeks ago, Julio Jones missed the game, or 3 weeks ago, Julio Jones missed the game. This week, he did get cleared from a hip that it looked like affected him last week, and now he is cleared to play. He's going to be out there. How healthy is he going to be? He's going to make an impact in the game, plain and simple. So, for me, fantasy starts. Atlanta side of the ball. Todd Gurley, 120 yards and a touchdown against Carolina Panthers just 3 weeks ago. I'd get him in the lineup. He's been great. He's got 7 touchdowns on the season. Has he been very efficient running the football? Not necessarily, but he's getting it done for fantasy owners. Calvin Ridley, 136 yards receiving against these Carolina Panthers on his career, averaging 15-plus fantasy points, PPR, every single game he's played Carolina, 5 games. So, obviously, you're going to start Calvin Ridley. He's been great this season. Julio Jones. I'm torn on the fence. It's not like you're going to sit Julio Jones, but it's a tough spot for him if he can't be healthy. I mean, Carolina's been very good against wide receivers on the season, giving up 4th fewest fantasy points. It's going to be a tough spot for him, period, but you're going to start him either way. Hayden Hurst. This is a guy, every week I'm wondering whether I should start him or not. And for the tight end position, you kind of just got to fire him up. At this point, every tight end is getting 4 or 5 fantasy points regardless. So even in good matchups, whatever else. So Hayden Hurst, I'd be starting him. Flip side of the ball, Carolina Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater, been great. 312 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Atlanta Falcons just 3 weeks ago. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. I'm firing these guys up. Mike Davis. Although he struggled over the last couple weeks, being efficient, running the football, he's getting a lot of work, period. So he's in that RB2 range. Christian McCaffrey, still looking like he's not going to play tonight. So Mike Davis, fire him up, of course. Carolina, their secondary's been good. They've been beat on the ground. But Matt Ryan and company, they haven't looked great throwing the football. Matt Ryan's had some great games, don't get me wrong, but they're finding ways to lose football games. Look at Todd Gurley last week falling in the end zone. That's going to be on. Come on, man. It is what it is. So for me, Carolina Panthers, you're firing up a lot of these offensive players. Should be a very exciting game, hopefully, on a short week, Thursday night. So for Thursday, that's the injury report. That's Thursday Night Football preview. So for B. Scott and First 4 Downs, I'm out.